Welcome.
Hello. This is the last of our series on journeys that we've been doing for Lent here at our parish, Christ the King. And today I am talking with George and Olga Allen. And they're two lovely children, Antoine and Anna. How long have you been in the parish?
Almost 3 years.
3 years. Yeah, so how old were you when you came, Antoine? 7 and
4.
Yes, I remember. So I'll be talking with them about their very literal journey from the Ukraine to the UK from the beginning of the war. So thank you, Anna and Antoine. You can go play now.
Bye-bye.
We'll continue.
Bye-bye.
So Olga is Ukrainian.
Yeah.
And George, you are from
Lebanon.
Lebanon. So how did you two
I
meet?
was in Dubai and George came for 2 days training
Okay.
and we met in metro station. Yeah, spoke for 15 minutes and then he left to Lebanon. I stayed in Dubai. We continue.
But you exchanged
chatting.
phone numbers?
Yes, we
Yeah.
exchanged the phone numbers and continue chatting. And then later he came for 2 weeks training and
Yeah.
then we first date.
So it was a long distance relationship
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
while,
Yeah.
right? And then after you married, where did you live? Mm-hmm.
And we stay in Lebanon for 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we
Almost
start to
5 years.
have our family.
That's
End of 2019, we have in Lebanon a crisis, or let's say revolution,
mm-hmm.
and situation start to be not good. So we decide Olga and the kids to be in safe place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They
we
moved
went
to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went to Ukraine end of 2019, and then George had to finish all the things and with
Apply
his
for
work and
visa
everything,
too.
apply for visa, yeah. And then when we came to Ukraine, the pandemic began,
Oh,
and
okay.
that make a long story.
Yeah, after 1 year and a half, I decided to finish everything in Lebanon because everything come worse. And I follow my family to Ukraine. My Ukrainian language, it's poor.
Yeah.
And I found a job with the English company international.
So you speak Lebanese, you speak Ukrainian. So
Yes.
how did
Yeah.
you communicate with each other and your children?
Yeah, we speak English,
Between each
Yeah.
other.
Mm-hmm.
and with the kids we speak all the languages, Ukrainian language and Arabic language, because they have to understand them families.
Okay, so now they speak 3 languages, those kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they now speak English much better than us.
Okay.
With the London accent.
So then what happened in Ukrainian? Okay.
So we celebrate Antoine's 7th birthday in
Mhm.
23rd of February, and next day we just woke up and hear terrible news about the war begin.
And you were
Yes.
in the south.
The city is named Zaporizhia.
Yeah, that's often in the news, near the
Yeah.
front, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
from very beginning we think like, okay, that maybe will finish very fast.
Yeah, actually, because me, I born in Lebanon, and I have experience from when I was kids, like my kids, and I have experience about the war, and I know what is the war. It will stay in the head. Till I don't want to stay in the head of the kids until they grow up. I decide to share with Olga to move to save the kids, to be in safe place, at least for a short
And
moment.
actually, mom and my brother also encouraged us to leave the country because my brother said if not now, maybe never, because
Yeah.
it will be not each day but each hours, it will be much more difficult to leave the country.
Okay, so describe that the journey that you made.
We called the taxi, and during the taxi waiting outside the house, we just prepare one bag to take with us. Hug mom, hug my brother, and that was the last time I hugged my mom.
That's right, because she passed away just after you came here, didn't she?
Yeah, and when we went to the train station, the train was just ladies and
Yeah, almost ladies and kids.
kids. You can see the fathers or the men outside of the trains, just waiting.
Full train, a lot of people there, everybody crying.
I remember during the night, two times during the night, the ladies, which one was working on the train and helping the people, she came to us during the night and she asked, please don't open even your phone.
Okay.
We don't want any light on the phone because it's very dangerous. Yeah, after 25 hours, we reach the west of Ukraine.
Yeah, we reached Lviv. We was really confused and stay on that train station without knowing anybody. But I think the most blessing was the people who were surrounding us, because everybody come to ask if we need help, if we need food, if we need anything. And because we want to cross the border, we need some car or some lift from the city to the border. There is 2-3 young men come who has cars, and they come and ask if they can help us. And it was already evening time, so they said maybe it's not very safe to travel at night. We just found out that one of that men has an empty flat, and he just invite us strangers there. That was really blessing to meet all these people, very kind people.
And I remember you told me a story about Antoine was really upset about leaving his home and his.
Antoine started to cry, and then we just cross the border in Poland. There's one strange man come and give him a pack bag, and inside that bag was a note from one Polish girl, who just writing that, I don't know who are you, but I understand you are sad, and I just want you to smile. That was a very kind message. And inside that backpack was some sweets for the kids.
So it gave you
that was very, very kind.
encouragement, right?
Yes.
For the next step of the journey.
Next morning they just send us to let us cross the border, and then because we have very close friends who's living in Poland, Ukrainian friends who's living in Poland for a long time already. They invite us from the first day to stay in safe place.
You took a train then across Poland to your friend.
Yes. First month we stay in them very small 1-bedroom flat, 2 families. Yeah. That was we try to help each other, talk to each other, all time checking news, all time calling the families in Ukraine, just to check if everything is.
And were you thinking you might be able to eventually
Yes,
go back?
That's the point. We don't know what to do, because we're just hoping that, okay, maybe tomorrow it will finish. It's not tomorrow after tomorrow, it has to finish soon.
So maybe you could talk a little bit about how you connected with the UK.
When we was in Poland, I have a Lebanese friend. He's living in UK for a while, and he was checking all the time how we are safe or not safe, what our situation, and because he's a priest in the UK with the Sheminov community, so sorry, and in that time the Sheminov community was helping Ukrainian families, and he asked me in that time if we would like to come to UK. I shared that with Olga, and
we shared that with kids. That was a really hard decision for us.
And that's about when we kind of started corresponding, because this friend, his name is Saba, lives at Storrington, one of our Sheminov community houses, and all of our houses in UK had been asked whether we might take any refugee families from the Ukraine. And so at Storrington they had a family, and my husband Ted and I live in the presbytery with 2 priests that serve this parish, and we just prayed and talked and decided yes, and then it was waiting then, right?
Yeah,
So
we started the papers in April, and we came to UK 29th of June 2022.
Okay.
And
Yes, and how did that feel? It's good. What were your impressions of England,
I think
your
we were
life?
really impressed of the people who meet us here, really, because everybody was very kind to us and welcoming. And I think this is the biggest blessing we get here, to know many people and to have a new friends here.
Yeah, when we just came, you, Nancy, asked us about Cana
Yes,
after 2 weeks
yes.
to go to Cana.
Just to explain that Cana is a week program for couples that Shemenef runs out in Cornwall every year. And it's just a chance for couples to talk to each other. We take care of the children. And it seemed like, oh, wouldn't that be good for them? And you said yes without having any idea what it was.
Yes, without any idea. We just jumped deep inside of Cana.
Yes. And what happened? What was that like?
No, but it was exactly the place and time we really need to be together
Yeah.
and to find out our relation with
Especially
each
the time
other,
what
our
we passed
relation with
during,
the God.
especially the time we passed it. We stayed around 1 year and a half. She's with the kids in Ukraine, and me, I stay in Lebanon that time. And after we moved to Poland, in very bad situation about the war, and in that time we don't know what to do. And after we came here to UK, and it's like miracle came to us about Cana to let us
Well,
talk.
talk to each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk to each other. It was nice.
And I remember George came back. Christoph had sent a notice out to the parish looking, he's this very skilled worker looking for a job. And the next day they said, well, if you come tomorrow.
I called my boss, Barry, and he told me tomorrow I will pick you up. And since that time, I'm working with this company.
Yeah, great. And you eventually got a job.
Yeah, I'm working in the school now, so
Yeah, that's.
so we are both working and kids studying here.
And you spent that year with us in the presbytery, and then now you're living in the parish.
Yeah.
What's it like living in the church?
We come closer to God.
Well, that's true.
So we live here in the flat around 1 year and a half.
How has your faith grown from this difficult journey that you've been on?
I think all we pass, we can pass just with the God, with this, with our beliefs, with our prayers, because every time we pray, the God give us double, really. Save us, give us very nice people around.
Yeah, we miss our country time, but we are saved by family, and here also because we are living with the church, the community and the parishioner, they are also our family.
And the future?
We don't know. Well, what's happened with us in the past, we don't have any plan for the future. We keep it for God.